There are many different guns in the Uncharted games, from shotguns, AKs, and revolvers, but the primary and first gun used by treasure hunter Nathan Drake is a 9mm pistol. Do you have to pick up those other weapons, or is it possible to beat Uncharted Drake's fortune with just the 9mm? Here's the rules. I'm only allowed to use this pistol, no other guns, no grenades, and even no melee. I'm also doing this challenge on normal difficulty. And according to YouTube stats, I don't have any subscribers, so if you enjoyed the video, subscribing would really help me out. Defending the boat from the pirates is just like any other playthrough, since the 9mm is the only gun available at the moment. Just make sure to ignore the combo tutorial. Staying away from them and shooting them is pretty easy. The next chapter doesn't involve any firefights, unless you count arguing over the health concerns of smoking.
Or brazier. See if you can light it.
So, after all your bitching about the cigar, now it comes in handy, huh?
There are a few explosive barrels and lamps that need to be shot in order to progress, but that's it.
Pretty deep.
I'm really wet.
That's what she said!
There's also no combat on the German U-boat either. After exploring said U-boat, Sully and Drake get captured by the game's antagonists. Side note, can anyone ever remember this guy's name? This is my 5th playthrough of the game and I still forget his name.
But just in case you need a reminder...
Hey, come on, leave him out of it.
He goes to shoot Nate to give Sully a lesson, but Sully takes the bullet, giving Nathan time to escape.
Come on, Roman. He's got nothing to do.
Sully! Stop him!
While running away, make sure not to punch this guy here. I reunite with an old friend.
Please tell me you have a gun.
Of course.
And Elena. We fight our way through the temple.
Don't let him
Elena takes a grenade like a champ. And we make it to the Jeep.
Yeah, this way.
On the island, there's a lock that needs to be shot off. And then Nathan Drake starts mowing down dozens of men. There really isn't much challenge yet. This is still like a normal playthrough, only I'm not allowed to pick up any AKs or grenades. I eventually reached the first big combat section of the game. This section wasn't too hard, although I did die by standing right next to an explosive barrel. Yeah, I don't know what I really expected to happen. The only thing I need to worry about right now is having enough ammo to get through a section. If I run out of bullets, I have to leave cover in order to get more, which puts me in danger. I do an awesome door kick, and this guy does an awesome backflip, 10 out of 10. My ankles break after I drop off this ledge. There's another shootout. My legs face through a rope. After another combat section, I accidentally pick up an AK-47. I immediately reload a save, but that doesn't stop me from feeling dirty for just touching it. Inside the fortress, I find another gun that I can't use. This guy somehow manages to survive a bullet to the back of the head. I find a grenade launcher and I get tempted with the amount of firepower it have, but I manage to resist the urge to grab it.
Son of a bitch, where did they...
The Water Grove Death used to give me problems on my other playthroughs, but I managed to get through it this time on my first try. It's pretty easy once you learn the spawns. The next shootout in the courtyard with the turret gun isn't that hard. I have to run past the turret gun myself because the turret gun is not a 9mm. I rescue Elena from a couple of incels and almost die because of it. This is why you should never simp for a woman. The only thing I simp for is the 9mm. Which I can't actually use in the next chapter. I have to use this turret gun and grenade launcher. I tried to get through this section without firing the gun, but I would take too much damage and die before getting to the next checkpoint. I left the game for about 5 minutes but could never make it past this bridge. I did this challenge on normal, so it might be possible to do on a lower difficulty and with RNG on your side. However, you still have to use the grenade launcher twice to blow up obstacles in your path. Either way, this means that I failed the challenge, but I'm still going to continue. I reunite with the trusty 9MM and shoot my way through some more faceless goons.
You know, I should have turned before the bridge.
That's very funny.
Women aren't funny!
Wait. This time, I drive.
Don't let the woman drive. These must all be women drivers.
Oh, no, 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 no!
I know what you're thinking. 2 women bad jokes in a row? What am I, a freaking boomer? And to that I say, boomer? I hardly know. The jet ski section. I can't use the 9mm here. Elena has a grenade launcher and is supposed to use that to shoot the explosive barrels and enemies, but I had already failed this challenge once on a vehicle level and I didn't want to have to do it again. It is actually possible to get through this section without firing the grenade launcher. It took me a few tries and I had to thread the needle and get some good RNG, but I managed to push through this section. I can't say the same thing about the next jet ski part. I managed to drive past all the barrels and enemies, but eventually you're going to reach this gate that can only be opened by firing the grenade launcher at these 2 counterweights. I only allowed myself to shoot the weights. I still refused to shoot the barrels and the people. I died a lot on this section and came close to beating it a couple times, only for it to be snatched away from me. I persisted and got through it.
You've got to get to that tower.
I see a murder, and then I perform a murder. How do these birds not fly away when guns are being fired, but they do when I get close to them? These government drones might not have working microphones. Watch me completely miss this shot, and then this jump. For a guy who does nothing but climb and fire guns, Nathan Drake sure does have terrible trigger discipline.
What?
Don't forget the stuff on the dock.
And...
Elena finds out that Sully is alive.
he's alive. I don't know, Nate. I mean, how much do you trust this guy? It's not exactly like they're holding him at gunpoint.
Sully kinda sus. We then have to ride a jet ski again. Elena doesn't have a grenade launcher this time, but she still isn't using a 9mm, which means I don't have any way to defend myself. Even though this section is more annoying since you have to fight the current and climb these waterfalls, it actually is easier than the last one. The only time I died was when I smashed into a barrel. I managed to get through this section without firing Elena's gun once. This is where the challenge starts to get hard. You start to fight Roman's men and they don't drop 9mm ammo when they die. The only way I got through the rest of the game was because I get more ammo every time I died or reloaded a checkpoint. I get 24 bullets every time I load a checkpoint, so I have to be really conservative with them in order to reach the next checkpoint. Roman's men also have more health than Eddie, so I had to get as many headshots as possible. I try to run through the next firefight, but you have to kill the enemies here in order to open the door. However, I think that getting into this room early stopped the spawning of more waves of enemies. I did manage to completely skip the next fight by just running past it. You press circle to roll to evade the sniper fire, but you also press circle to take cover, and Nathan will throw himself at the nearest cover if you press circle near it.
Man, it's about time you showed up.
Well, you're looking awfully good for a corpse.
Nate and Elena confront Sully and ask how he survived. He says he survived through the power of hydration. Not Nestle though. Frick Nestle. Me and the homies hate Nestle. In all honesty though, screw that company. I can handle small attacks from Roman's guards. It's just when there are a lot that it gets hard. I have to make every shot count. Especially in this church section where I have to shoot 2 bells after a big firefight, so I have to make sure I have 2 bullets at the end of the fight. I witness a hate crime.
This is completely unacceptable. Take your sorry mob and go.
I fight Eddie's men one last time. I thought I would be able to pick up 9mm ammo again, but these guys dropped the new guns too, which is odd since they were just fired. How do they have access to Roman's guns? I die as a mime. I find Francis Drake and get rid of my ring that is still a pretty big MacGuffin in the third game. I bully Elena about her weight.
Oh, you're heavier than you look.
Fighting the Descendants wasn't that hard. I don't know if this section is on a timer or if you have to kill a certain number. The first time I just ran around not killing them, but the game didn't progress. After I died one time, I started to kill them, and eventually I managed to reach the next cutscene, where Eddie Raja gets messed up.
Don't mess with Eddie Raja!
I didn't shoot my gun at all during the second wave, so that one must be on a timer at least.
Come on, Nate.
You don't have to run and gun here.
Oh my!
You don't have to run faster than a cursed zombie Spanish colony, you just have to run faster than the girl.
The girl?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I honestly did not mean to do that. I just ran my way through the German bunker. You can turn on the generator without killing any of the descendants. The last room cannot be avoided though. If you try to open the door early, you just die. Luckily, these Spanish mutants are just like the Spanish in real life and will die in a single shot to the head. I found the best way to hit the head was by letting one jump on me so I could shove it off. It would sit still for a few moments, allowing me to aim and shoot it. I exit the bunker and find an old friend. I lace up the old Nikes and run through this section, letting the soldiers and descendants fight like men. There are 2 big fights left in the game and both of them are hard. Here's a quick summary of what happened. I only have 24 bullets, and there are a lot of enemies. A lot of them are wearing helmets that must be shot off before they can be killed by a headshot. This guy no-capped so hard he phased through a wall. After using all my ammo, I had to wait for Sully to take out the last couple of guys. He also took a grenade like a champ. I'm telling you, hydration can protect you from anything. I reached a checkpoint and took my death like a man. I did some more shooting and found myself with only 1 bullet to my name. I'm not allowed to use melee, so I just have to wait for Sully to kill the rest of them again.
Oh, no!
I have one more big firefight left, and it's probably the hardest part of the game. There are snipers watching me, there's multiple guys on the ground floor, most of them are wearing helmets, and Sully's only able to kill a couple of them. And he also takes a long time to kill the ones he is able to kill. I only have 24 bullets, so I just have to be really patient, try to get as many headshots as I can, and let Sully take them out. The courtyard was a bit safer, so I decided to go out there to wait for Sully to take some of the guys out. This guy ran at me, asking me if I had any games on my phone. After killing all the enemies on the ground, there's still a couple of snipers left that I must kill before I'm able to get another checkpoint. I don't have enough ammo to kill them myself, and Sully's too far away to engage. I tried to push Sully out of cover, hoping that maybe he would be able to target them, but he would not move. There is a way to get past this section without killing everyone. In speedruns, there's a glitch that allows you to phase through walls. It is also fairly easy to pull off. Just go up to a wall, or this altar in this case, and put your left shoulder against it. Aim the camera in the same direction Nate is looking, and then start tapping the aim button while moving to the left. You will slowly start moving through the object. The secret hole under the table is still there, and falling into it will give you a checkpoint and skip the last wave of enemies. Sully and Nate confront Roman, but they get outsmarted. I part with the 9mm for the last time.
Now drop your weapons. Down there.
Roman learns firsthand the dangers of vaping.
Navarro! That thing wiped out an entire colony! You don't know what you're doing!
Wrong. I'm the only person on this island who knows what the hell he's doing.
Oh no, what the hell is that? God! Jesus, what are those things?
Soda drinkers. Is this guy about to take a nap? Have a nice rest.
My God!
I had to finish the game with a shotgun.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
I got through this section without firing it though.
A man has fallen into the river in Lego City.
The final chapter of the game. Nothing but a shotgun to get through it. The game wants you to fight off waves of enemies and chase Navarro to the back of the ship. I obviously can't do that. I tried riding straight through the enemies, but you can guess how that went. The aim clipping glitch works here too. If you stand next to these boxes and perform the glitch, you can run straight through them. Be careful, one is storing a portal to the void. After making it through the boxes, I run through the rest of the level and make it up this ramp. The shotgun is blown out of my hands, and even though I didn't use it, I still felt really violated. But none of it matters. Getting past the last big shootouts and these sections with the shotgun didn't matter. I couldn't end the video on a high note because I had to fistfight Navarro. So, is it possible to beat Uncharted Drake's Fortune with just the 9mm? No. Lowering the difficulty might make it possible to beat the turret section, but you still have to fire the grenade launcher twice. You also have to fire Elena's grenade launcher twice on the jet ski. And of course, you have the final fist fight with Navarro. The rest of the game is beatable with just the 9mm though. If you enjoyed the video, a like would really help me out. I have more gaming challenges in the works, so subscribe if you don't want to miss them. In the meantime, remember to stay hydrated.
Adios, asshole.